Coming up on Relatables.
What's the bare minimum for the modern man? Being there for cuddle time.
Ooh, I like that. As much as we aren't, I quite like cuddles. So the bare minimum for the modern woman is it's okay to be the big spoon sometimes, okay?
Jake and Artie, the Relatables party. Relatable.
You are listening to
Relatables.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode. Today, I'm joined on my right by my better looking, shorter half, Mr. Jake Craig.
That started so good. And to my left is the non-car door opening for his girlfriend, Oddie Clark.
Hey! Don't expose me straight up.
I would like to point out,
Hey, don't.
we went out for dinner, Oddie, my girlfriend. Sorry, yeah, Oddie, his girlfriend, me, my girlfriend, and some other friends. We were leaving, okay? I could see them go to their car, and I could see that he had forgotten, although he never does it, he had forgotten to open her door for her, and then as soon as I noticed she was going to have to open it, it was too late. I called him out. Did it help you? Have you been opening it?
Did you see what I did?
Yeah, I saw you jump in and open it through the other side, you fucking cheat.
Still did it.
Wow.
I do it when I pick her up from her house because it's like, I remember because as we're walking out of her house.
You get out.
Yeah.
You see her car door first.
I see her car door first.
I would like to point out that we went and picked up a puppy
Yes.
the other day and we didn't take my car. So my car, I drive a little tiny car. I didn't want to drive it 3 hours on the freeway. Yeah. But my car it doesn't have the clicky fob. I have to go manually. And so it works in my advantage because I always remember to open the door for her. Okay? But we used my girlfriend's dad's car. And the morning we were leaving, it was the first time we were getting in it. I went over and I realized I was like, oh, I can open it from here. And I opened it. And I was about to go open my door and I forgot. And she also had forgotten, but I don't know how I did. I quickly locked it again and she tried to open it and it wouldn't open. So I went around and I was like, just be patient. And I opened it.
So she didn't even know you forgot?
No, I don't think so.
I was about to say, your key technique's kind of a cop-out.
Is it though? Because I don't forget.
No, because you have to do it anyway. You have to unlock her car door.
No, if I unlock my door, it opens all the doors of the car.
Okay.
So I can open, so I do still go open her door first.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah. How funny.
I'll get better. But Jake, today I wanted to start things with, what's the bare minimum for the modern man?
Yeah.
And I thought, because things are changing in society, the standard for men is very different. Yeah. So I thought we could compose a bit of a list to help the dudes out there.
I think there's some women out there that are saying no. I need more than the bare minimum, all right?
Yeah.
So we would like to give you guys and girls, the bare minimum so you know that that's what you deserve and more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want to start or me?
You go first.
Okay. What's the bare minimum for the modern man? Planning romantic dates often.
Hey, I like that.
Simple.
It's not hard.
It's not hard.
It's really, okay, if you really think about it.
Yeah.
Some guys are just like, oh, I don't like doing that. I mean, I think, who doesn't actually really enjoy going out for a nice dinner?
And you're also not doing it for them.
Yeah, you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for them. And this is what you do. TikTok. Yeah. Nice restaurants, wherever you live, in my area. Someone's made a video about it. Online, book, 2 weeks, 5 minutes maximum.
And who doesn't like nice food?
I love the act of actually going out.
So do I.
Getting dressed up together, looking good together.
Yeah.
Gassing each other up.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, I've got a few simple ones and a few a little bit more intricate, but I'm going to go simple first. The bare minimum for the modern man. Buy her flowers.
Love it.
Yeah. Just simple. And again.
I've got the similar one. I said,
go grocery shopping.
Flowers or little gifts here and there randomly.
Just pick them up. It's not hard.
It's not hard at all.
Yeah. And it's always like, yeah, but what's she going to get me? What's the guy version of flowers? You know what? Fucking nothing. Yeah. All right? We don't need that shit.
That's a great point.
Honestly, we've done it before. We've asked everyone, what's the guy version? Fucking nothing.
Just, yeah. Oh, I like that one. What's the bare minimum for the modern man? Being an emotional outlet for your girl.
Oh, oi. When she's venting, no logical solutions.
Yes.
All right? No logical solutions.
Be there emotionally.
Yes, be there emotionally. Bare minimum for the modern man. Look at what face creams and other shit she uses, all right? And buy her a double to have in your bathroom.
Wow. That's
So she doesn't have to pack a toiletries bag all the time.
That's so smart. That's imagine you did that.
And then in your bathroom, you're at her house. Maybe she's packing a bag to come to your house, and she's packing up. And you're like, well, you don't need that. You don't need that. You don't need that. She's like, what? Why? And she's like, I have it at my house for you.
The only thing with that, sometimes it's very, very expensive, that stuff.
I'm talking just like face creams, like face wash, like
I would even just say toothbrush and toothpaste.
stuff like that. Definitely,
Yeah, simple.
Just simple things. I wouldn't go. Look, I'm thinking like if it's over $30, if he really loves you.
Some of those creams get up to like $200.
Dude, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You got that Kiehl's shit. I'm not paying.
Yeah,
for that.
no way.
I'm not paying for Kiehl's.
What's the bare minimum for the modern man? Kind of goes in hand with the last one. Being in touch with your emotions.
Yeah.
Being able to talk about how you feel.
Yeah, that's a big struggle for a
lot of
dudes,
guys,
I reckon,
yeah.
Actually, yeah. Sometimes it's a little scary. I think the biggest thing for me is the one thing that makes me not want to talk about feelings, like one of the biggest things is that I'm a little bit scared about how they will react because I don't want to word it improperly.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Not being able to articulate it. I don't ever want to be like, oh, you do this.
I might even change being in touch with your feelings to trying to be in touch with your feelings.
Yeah.
I think it's the effort in trying to talk about your feelings, and they should appreciate that even if you do spit it out wrong.
Yeah, agreed. Bare minimum for the modern man, when at a restaurant, pull her chair out for her.
Is that it?
That's it. Yeah, just
Agreed.
gentleman. Be a gentleman and pull the chair out.
Agreed. What is it when you're growing up as a dude? I don't know what goes on in your mind. Is it not cool? Like when I was 18, 19, 20, there's no way in the world I'd be doing something like that. Is it because I'm not confident?
I honestly think it's just because I didn't know.
Oh, but I knew the thing of romantics, like you pull the chair. I knew the chair.
I don't think I've ever been afraid to do that. I think I just always forget. I've never thought about.
I think I was afraid.
No,
I don't know what I was afraid of.
I think I was never afraid. I just forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And
Okay.
it's also a little bit awkward as well because it's like, so when you pull it out and she sits down, do you then help her push it back in or do you just let her scooch in on her own?
I've seen Ross from Friends do it, and he like scooches you back in, and it looks so awkward.
See, we don't want to be like him. We don't wanna-
What's the bare minimum for the modern man? Being there for cuddle time.
Ooh, I like that. As much as we aren't, I mean, I quite like cuddles. So
I'm hit and miss.
yeah,
I'm sometimes there for it, sometimes not, but being there for them because they like cuddle time. It's sort of the thing they grow fonder when they're together.
yeah,
And it's in those moments of cuddling, whereas we grow fonder when we're apart.
yeah. Agreed. I do agree with you. I'm a big fan of though, like, I don't know, just kind of,
You're a bit of a big teddy bear.
yeah, just kind of like, I don't know, just acting like a baby almost. Like,
Yeah, you should add on yours, the bare minimum for the modern man. It's okay to be the little spoon.
it's okay to be. The bare minimum for the modern woman is it's okay to be the big spoon sometimes, okay? Bare minimum for the modern man. When you're done your meal at the restaurant and she has a few bites left because you're always going to finish before her.
Yeah.
You say you need the bathroom, but you actually go pay the bill.
Yours are like just cheeky little things that are really smart. That's really good.
Yeah.
Because normally they're like, oh no, I'll pay this. You want to split it? Let's avoid the awkwardness.
And then like basically when you come back from the toilet, she's done. And you're just like, hey, you ready to go?
Yeah.
And then you get up to go and she goes, what about the bill? And she's like, sorted.
You know, that's one thing wrong with that. Me, if she goes, what about the bill? I'll be like, let's run. but I just paid it.
So she'd be like, no.
But then I seem like a bad boy.
True. But you also look cheap.
Oh no, look, bad boy overrules the cheapness. What's the bare minimum for the modern man? Knowing what you want in your future.
Ooh. Oi. That's such a good point. Every guy's kind of like, I don't know what I want. I'm going with the flow.
Yeah, think of that word. I'm
but
going with the flow.
Girls don't They don't like that.
No.
They just want to know that they at least want to know if you plan to get married one day, you want kids, and you want to buy a house or something.
Yeah.
Like just the simple things.
And even if you don't, tell them. Like say,
Yeah.
I don't want to have kids.
Yeah, be honest.
Yeah, from the start.
I like
Don't be like, oh, I don't know. You know, like we'll see what happens.
I actually really like that. That's a really good one because I'm definitely guilty of doing it in the past. Like I don't know, I don't know. I'm going to be in 2 months. I don't know where I'm going to be in fucking a year, and just giving them all this like, are you going to be with me even? Like,
I've never realized. I used to do that as well. It's like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing this week.
yeah, no, so I don't even know what I have for breakfast. Why like, what? All right. Bare minimum for the modern man. Tell her she looks beautiful.
Yes. You are beautiful.
Tell her she looks beautiful,
Yeah.
man.
Pretty, beautiful, stunning, gorgeous.
Smart.
Anything like that. Yeah, let's go intellectual as well.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go smart, impressive. I'm proud of you. I'm proud to be your boyfriend.
I'm lucky to be your boyfriend.
I'm lucky to be your boyfriend. I admire you. All that different stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I love you.
Just rolls off the tongue too.
Ah.
What's the bare minimum for the modern man? Being able to take candid photos of them without them asking.
Okay, I'm sorry. I would like to say yes. That is something that you should be able to do.
Try.
Again, with the try though. At least it's the effort being put in that they will like.
Yeah.
They will like the effort. And if they say, oh, what are you taking photos for? Maybe, and like just be like, just say that you want them for you.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I have a theory, and I'm really sticking to it, that girls tell you that the photos you take are bad and you have to take 1 million of them purely because you're a boy. And social media has told them that boys can't take photos.
I tend to agree.
Because I swear to God, what I really want to do is get me to take a photo, her best friend to take a photo, all right? The exact same one, all right? And I want, and she's going to like the best friend's one
100%.
for some reason, and she's going to hate mine.
And it's the exact same
Yeah,
photo.
it's the exact same photo.
I know.
Yeah. Bare minimum for the modern man. Send her funny memes.
Yes. Yes, it's like another level to the relationship.
And reply to her memes.
You should have put that one. Reply to her memes.
Another one. Bare minimum for the modern man. When she sends you a text message of 2 questions in a row, answer both of them. Don't just answer the most recent one.
Have you been caught out doing that?
Yes. I fucking suck at that.
I'm good at it, eh?
I need to answer both.
Because on text on iMessage, you can like click up the thing, reply to this one, and, and then it goes down.
I'm pretty good at it. I'm good at it. The person I'm not good at it with is my sister. So at least it's not a relationship,
fair,
so it doesn't
bud.
matter.
Yeah.
It's like, just fucking don't bother me.
It's your
Like,
sister,
seriously.
yeah. Like, fuck that. What's the bare minimum for the modern man? Making an effort with their friends
Oh.
to get to know them.
Shit, that's a good one. I would say I lack in that area.
I think so too, a little bit. It's just like, as a guy, I can definitely do better. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know why we don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer.
Kind of want it. You're just making an effort of, you want to be part of their life, I guess.
Yeah, it's sort of just being there, being present.
Yeah. If they have no friends, then you're kind of lucky.
Yo, I'm their only friend.
My last one is bare minimum for the modern man. Just use your brain.
Use your brain.
Just
it's
any
there.
situation you're in, just use your brain, please.
It's there for a reason.
Yeah, you have it for a reason. You know right from wrong. You know what's disrespectful. You know what's going to make her happy. You know what's going to make her sad. Just use it.
That's funny. Jake's last one was kind of very responsible.
Yeah.
My one, on the other hand, what's the bare minimum for the modern man? Being able to make each other finish.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully that.
Or try.
Try. Yeah,
Try.
we just try.
That's all you can do. Okay, up next is Girl Next Door or Man Eater Jake. I wanted to ask you to clarify, what is a man eater?
What is a man eater? Okay, a man eater is someone that looks like they're gonna eat you up, spit you out, and break your heart. All right, that's what a man eater is.
And a girl next door?
Girl Next Door is like, I would say, you know that there's a song, a Taylor Swift song where it's like, she wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts, she's cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers. In that song, Taylor Swift is the girl next door, and she is the man eater, the girl that she says is she.
She's describing.
Yeah.
And what we do on YouTube is get sent in a couple pictures and we got to figure out whether or not they are a girl next door or a man eater. So if you want some visuals, head on over to YouTube. Otherwise, the episode is going to be the same throughout. Okay, our next contestant is... There's no way I'm pronouncing that.
We've got...
Af...
That can't be her name. There's no way. Af Papadopoulou. Af Papadopoulou.
Let's call it Papa.
Let's call it Papa.
Papa said, absolutely love the podcast. Have my permission to use my Insta for Girl Next Door versus Man Eater.
Thanks, Papa.
Picture 1.
Picture 1. Spicy.
It isn't spicy. The dress with the little cut inside like the torso. You know what stands out for me? What's it called when the stuff on top of your eyelid?
Eyeshadow? Yeah.
Man eater vibes.
Man eater vibes. Chuck it here.
Like that orange eyeshadow. Don't you reckon?
I feel like slick back with the ponies. A slick back bun.
Yeah.
Less man eater. Slick back ponytail is like, I'm giving you something to hold on to.
I'm reading all the signs. The eyeshadow, that little cut in her torso.
Did that.
Yeah. I'm going to say picture 1.
Man eater.
Man eater.
Picture 2. This is Matrix as fuck. Let me tell you.
It's a leather jacket.
I've never seen anything more Matrix in my life.
Not going to lie. I really like that.
I rate it, eh?
I really like that.
I rate it, but I tell you what, I feel like if I asked her out on a date, she'd be expecting 5 stars. You know, she'd be expecting me to bring her like a fucking bracelet, like a Gucci bracelet as a gift.
It's the black on black with gold with black sunnies. She would,
I'm going man eater.
I'd want to dodge her like the Matrix, hey?
I'm going man eater, eh?
Man eater too. And picture 3. It's a bit of like I don't know what that's kind of flowy, flamingo-y dress. Like the flowers on the front. Were they flowers? What do you call it? Like, it's called like a tinsel.
Yeah, she's giving me like Russian model vibes. And you know what that vibe is. I'm going to say man eater, all 3. Yeah. Fucking hell, is that our first sweep?
I think it is a clean sweep.
Clean sweep of man eater the whole way.
Oh, Papa, we're sorry, but we're locking in man eater.
Definitely.
Man eater. The caption was Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. That's man eater as fuck.
Agreed.
Leave it at that. You know what to do. If you want to get rated, submit it on Instagram. Okay, up next is dilemmas sent in by you guys. And this one's title is Juicy Tea Alert. Last year, my brother's 21st, I got tipsy and ended up hooking up with a mutual friend. Before things got heated, I asked if he still had a girlfriend and he said no. But the next morning, he confessed he had lied. Now, he occasionally messages me begging for a repeat performance because it was, in quotes, so good. I've told him to back off unless he's single, but he's been persistent until recently. Fast forward till today, he and his girlfriend are no longer together, but still expecting a baby in November. So, do I spill the tea and tell his girlfriend about his antics, potentially wrecking his future family plans, or do I just sit on the she said, or do I just sip on the tea and stay out of it? I have zero interest in him sexually anymore, but I can't help but wonder if I'm the only one he's been getting cozy up to. What's your take?
Whoa. Wait, okay. They're not together anymore, the guy and the girl.
No, but they got a baby, so like potentially there's a family going on there.
Look, because they're not together, depending on how it ended, she may have caught him cheating with someone else anyway.
And it's ended.
I would say, does this girl say she knows the girl?
No.
God.
Like, should she just stay out of it?
You slept with him on a night out. You didn't know he had a girlfriend, and then it come out that he had a girlfriend. You kind of, if you were going to tell her, you really should have told her then.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of waiting till now.
But does she have a right to know as the girlfriend who's having his baby?
But I mean, because they're not together.
No. Should she just sit on it?
Should she sit on it again?
Sip on
I'm kidding.
Should she sip on the tea, as she would say? If I was her, okay, so I've just had sex with this guy. Yeah. And as he would say, round of applause, it was great. He's asking to do it again. I'm like, no, you're taking, like, this is the wrong thing to do. I found out. Fast forward. I find out they've broken up and they're having a kid together, but I feel like there's something in me that just wants to tell this girl what her dad of the child's has been doing. Maybe you should tell her in case they do get back together in the future.
I say leave it.
You reckon leave it?
Yeah, I say leave it. Because if there's a chance for them to get back together in the future, that means that kid's going to have a non-broken family.
Good point.
I would say leave it.
I am agreeing with
It's
you.
unfortunate. He's a shit dude.
Yes.
But now there's a kid involved.
I
Yeah,
agree. And for the
leave it.
benefit of the kid, yeah, leave it.
Definitely leave it.
Leave it. Simple as that. Okay, up next, guys. We often preach for a man to be in touch with their feelings and be an emotional outlet for their girl.
Yeah, and Oddie and I wouldn't say we're the most in touch with our feelings, but we do.
Well, we preach trying, and that's what we're going to do right now. So we're both going to say a time when we've both been hurt in life.
And I would like to point out, so we get a lot of dilemmas about it. So I think it's kind of like a cool, it would be someone that has a dilemma sent in that we may not have read yet that's about them being hurt and maybe hearing about us being hurt and then how we dealt with it or how we didn't deal with it good or something.
Yes. Yeah. And it's just opening up a little bit, and hopefully, I've never said mine really.
Oddie's going to go first.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, a time when I've been hurt. It's quite recent, really. So I've mentioned on the podcast before that my dad has prostate cancer. And there was a period of time there where he wasn't looking that good. And however, right now he's actually in remission and there's not many symptoms, almost 0.0, which is really, really good. But there was a period of time there where like it wasn't looking good, and on the cards were a time frame of how long he'd have left to live. And in my head, I was thinking, I was dwelling in my head that I might lose my dad, and I don't think there's any way any person can ever prepare for that. And when I was really hurt, was just like thinking of what life would be like without him. So my dilemma hasn't really happened yet, but it's something that every person will eventually have to go through, and I don't think they can prepare for it. And I don't think as a son, there's probably not another man in the world I look up to, rely on, and he's a shoulder to lean on other than, there's no other person I like admire.
We've only got one dad.
Yeah, as much as my dad. And I've never had the thought before of like, what's my life going to be like when my dad's not here?
You don't think about that, do you?
No, and I was really, really sad. And every time I think about it, it even brings my eyes to a little bit of a water, because I'm like,
it was nearly a reality.
Yeah, it was nearly a reality, and I'm not prepared for it. And I don't think anyone ever can be prepared for it. And I was just like, fuck, like this is just like life. Like everyone goes through it and everyone gets through it. But like, I don't want to face that anytime soon.
Honestly, no.
Yeah.
That isn't something, I feel like, can you even let's say when you're older, do you reckon you're ever ready for it?
That's what I thought. I was like, surely everyone's parents die. And like when they're like 30 and then it happens. But I don't think you can prepare for it.
Yeah.
Like I'm 24 almost, and I'm just like,
24's too early.
Yeah, I think so. But it happens to a lot of people. We've had friends who've lost their parents.
We've got quite a few. Actually, think like 5 friends.
I think so.
Some of them have lost their parents, and then some of them have parents with it.
And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, there's no possible way I can ever be ready for this.
No.
And it made me really sad to like what life would be like without this man in my life.
Yeah, fuck, man.
So my message would takeaway, just tell the people around you love them and make the most of them while they're here, because they're not here forever.
Get your prostate checked.
Yeah, that's a good thing for men, even though we don't have a lot of men listening.
Yeah.
Get it checked early. I'm going to have to, because it's genetic.
It's a genetic thing, yeah. So when will you get checked?
You're meant to get checked at 30, but I even might get it earlier.
I could have sworn that it was up to like 50 now.
Really?
I could be wrong. But a lot of the things with cancer, if you get it early, you can normally treat it.
You can, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
yeah, right. Well, that's something you know about Oddie now. This is that's the thing. I feel like we wanted to be some sort of personal on the podcast.
Yeah.
Mine would be, it's also very personal. It's like, but it's like, I don't know. It's kind of like part of, I guess, my life. And like, because it also happened to me, I'd think it's like I should be allowed to talk about it. I'm going to go in like a series of events almost. So Oddie and I went traveling up. I think I've told you. You're going to know what I'm saying for the first bit, and then I think I have told you the second bit.
Okay.
So Oddie and I went traveling up the east coast of Australia, and when we left, I had a girlfriend, and I was just like probably pretty young, pretty dumb, pretty immature, and I just wanted to go traveling with Oddie, and then also didn't like want to have a time frame on when I'd be home. And so this is what I was telling her as well. Like I was being pretty fucking bad boyfriend in the sense of like I'm leaving and I don't know when I'm coming back. And COVID was happening pretty heavily down here where we are, and we were running away from it almost. We were getting pretty lucky. And so we were traveling, and then her and I stayed together for the first couple of weeks, and then we got to a place up near Ailey Beach. Oh no, up pretty far north somewhere, and she ended up giving me an ultimatum, like either come home or we're fucking breaking up. And so I was like, well, I don't want to come home. and so then so we broke up, and like I think I was like sad, but also like our relationship had slowly been coming to an end. Like I look back at it now, and I don't like. I mean, I wouldn't say I cringe, but I just look back at it now, and I'm just like, we knew, 100% we knew, and it's just funny to think how young and dumb we were to hold on to it and not realize. But this is what you do.
You always do that when you're young. You hold on to it for as long as possible.
I suppose that's just what you do, yeah.
First love, first proper love.
Yeah. So, yeah, I definitely thought so. So then, after a few weeks of us breaking up, I didn't even know. Like, I was sweet for a while. And then, I can't say how it happened, but it's like a fucking literal switch in my brain flicked. All of a sudden missed her. And then I have a feeling what happened was I think she just messaged me saying like, hey, after a couple of weeks, like, hey, how are you? And it, like, that's what I guess must have flicked the switch.
I remember like your demeanor was a complete shift. Like
it was weird,
happy
man.
and bubbly, like traveling in Australia. And then you were like, oh fuck. And I could see it. I saw the change in you.
Yeah, it was just, I cannot even explain it because so then all of a sudden I had this feeling of missing her and thinking I fucked up. And then, and like randomly was like, I'd rather be traveling. Like, I don't know. I'd rather fucking her like fly up. I don't know. It was dumb. And then so I called my stepmom and I was talking to her about it because I've grown up with divorced parents. So I've had this skew-if view on it for the longest time and like view on marriage and all that. And I thought that I didn't want to be with anyone forever. I had that whole thought process that we get dilemmas all the time of like, oh, do I need to break up with the person I'm with now because it doesn't really work out when you're young and 20? And then do I need to be alone for a while and grow and then get in a relationship when I'm later in my 20s? And then that's going to work out because I have more life experience. Like that's what my mindset was. And so then I think I was on the phone with my stepmom, I was crying and she was just like, hey, you just got to do what you fucking want to do. Like if you want to get back together with her, just say you want to get back together. Do whatever you want to do. She was good about it. And so then I think I told my girlfriend I want to get back together. She was like, oh, I don't know. My ex-girlfriend. So I told my ex-girlfriend I want to get back together. She's like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, well, I'll come home and I want to see you. So I had to say to Oddie that I want to go home, which sucked. And then Oddie was fucking so good about it. And then went home, like drove back down, went home. And then when I got home, I told her I was home. And she was like, oh, I'm going through COVID. She was staying at a family friend's place that she'd known since she was like born. And never thought of him as a threat, by the way. and so she goes, okay, like, cool, whatever. And she went and she was staying there for the week. So I got home for a full week. I didn't see her. And then she finally came home and we saw each other, blah, 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 hung out. And then in the end, like she just didn't want to. And so I ended up being like really heartbroken from it, from the breakup. And then I think we were home for a while, just fucking, it was maybe a month after I was home or something like that. And I do remember, this is what happened. Someone had messaged me on Instagram, as in like, kind of like it wasn't her. It was like just like a girl had messaged me on Instagram. And I was messaging you about it. And I said, just not sure if I want to go through with anything yet out of respect for ex-person, my ex-girlfriend. And then Oddie goes, I don't know if you said this, but Oddie was kind of like, nah, fuck that bitch. I got something to tell you.
Oh, I remember this.
He was like,
no, I do remember.
He was like, she's been sleeping with this guy from Sydney. And I was like, oh no. I was so demoed.
Because I found out.
You found out and
I didn't tell you because I knew it would break your heart.
Yeah.
And then this girl, like this pretty girl, like said she wanted to hang out with you and you're like, oh, I can't do it out of respect. And then I was like, no, fuck this.
Yeah. So,
I'm telling him.
And so then Oddie told me, and I made it worse. I was like heartbroken. I needed to hear it, obviously. I was like heartbroken. And so, and then after, it was like, that was really, I would say, that's like the most heartbroken I've been. I remember telling my parents and like, cause I just knew that there was no way I was going to be able to like hide how fucking depressed I felt. And so I remember telling my parents what happened, and that was so they knew. And then it was just kind of like, they were just like, yeah, fuck, it is what it is. Like, they were supportive. And I was just like, you're actually, yeah, it is what it is. And so I just ended up going about my days or whatever. And it was just like fucking, I just would like, it's the most heart-wrenching thing. And then, so a few months went by and we got up to Christmas. And I was still like getting over it. I definitely was nowhere near over her. This is 2021. And so 2021, and then I found out that she started dating the guy, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, how did you move on so quick? I was like, this is crazy. I was like, in my head, I was like, you know what? Fuck, I hope that does not work out for you. Like, I was like, I hope it doesn't work out for you. I was like, you moved on too quick. I hope it doesn't work out for you, blah, blah, blah. So basically I was like heartbroken. I couldn't sleep for the longest time because of heartbroken the first time. And then I was starting to get good. And then I find out she starts dating this guy again. I went through a few weeks of just shitty sleep, not being able to sleep and shit, heartbroken. And then my sister came to visit Australia for Christmas. And this is the part that I was unsure about telling on the podcast. My mum, for like a lot of my life, has struggled with addiction. And when my sister she came from Canada. When she came out, and then just, I remember like, so it was still kind of fresh heartbreak for the second round of it, finding out she started dating the guy. And then my sister comes, and like the day after my sister comes, she comes out to where I was staying. We were both staying at my parents' house. She comes into my room. She was like, have you spoken to mum? And I was like, what? I was like, no. She's like, oh, I was messaging her. She's like fucking going on about how she misses us, and then she's so sorry for everything she's done to us. And I was like, what? And then she goes, and then I tried to call her and tell her everything's all good, but she won't answer. She won't reply. And Joanna said that in the message she implied like she's going to miss us. And I was like, what? And so Joanna thinks that she's going to fucking kill herself. And so I started freaking out. And for the longest time, I've had like a bit of a broken relationship with her because I just have like struggled to forgive, struggled to forget. And like I do sometimes, like I'm sure anyone that has the same thing is like knows what I mean by like you love them because you love them, but sometimes you're just like, why the fuck can you not get it under control? But I remember trying to get a hold of my mom, and I was like fucking tried to call her through like Facebook and shit. And she finally answered. She's like crying on the phone. And I just remember being like, I genuinely was like, oh fuck, like my mom's going to kill herself because she's just like relapsed and just can't handle it. And so then eventually like we got a hold of my auntie that lives in the same town. She went over there and she found her, and like my mom's still alive. Like she's all good. Yeah. But like, I just fucking remember that mixed with the heartbreak. I remember it breaking me. And Joanna, my older sister, she was kind of all good after that. But I remember like, I like was walking around, I was like having like heart palpitations, and I went and I sat down like in this weird like part of my parents' yard, like hidden, and I just like fucking cried for like 10 minutes. And I was like, what is going on? And then my dad eventually came around and he was like, fuck, are you okay? And I just was like, I don't know how to take this, eh? It was like I just couldn't
comprehend it.
Nah. And then I don't even know. It's just like I don't know. I went to therapy once and just like haven't felt the need to go back, but that was years ago now. But I don't know. I just think like probably a good thing to air out and people understand that, you know, I guess we have problems too.
Yeah, we do. We're not perfect by any means.
No.
Yeah.
It's just fucking, yeah, I think giving advice in the hard times is like, we've been through them too, I guess.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
tricky.
Everyone has their own stories. And I thought we could open up about ours. Yours, yeah, that's a lot. And it's just a roll-on snowball effect kind of thing.
It kind of, yeah. So what it just made it, what was
So
for
much
me
worse,
was,
yeah.
the heartbreak and then that. And I was just like, holy shit.
So it's like that thing. It's always one thing after another. When it rains, it pours.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, out of the fucking, yeah, you're right. So sorry if that was like a boring story.
Oh, no, it wasn't boring at all.
No one says boring, but I just was
think it was
struggling to spit
I think
it
it's
out.
admirable how you opened up because I know that's a hard thing for a dude and you.
Yeah.
Especially the second part.
For the longest time, yeah, the breakup thing, I don't care if that's out there. Like, the other thing is just, it's just like I was a bit iffy about airing out family drama, but I don't know. I think it's just, I guess it's
Everyone
part of
has
my
it. That's
life.
the thing.
Yeah, it's part of my life.
Everyone has it. And I think the more you
Yeah.
talk about it and say that you're okay now and your mum's okay.
Yeah,
There's-
definitely. And like, I guess if I don't want anyone to think like, fuck, I hate Jake's mum without knowing her. Like, I love my mum.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I do. I love my mum, and I'm going to Canada and all that. And I've been to Canada after that, and I'm going again, obviously in June this year. And I don't know. I think it's just like I guess anyone else that does deal with something like that, it'd be interesting to know how they deal with it.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest with you, I assume there's some people out there that have had parents with struggle, and I always am really with the work that my sister does. With the work that my sister does, you hear about a lot of bad shit with families. I now am like, I'm very like, I understand that stuff that I've been through is hurtful, but I also have like this mad like gratefulness after hearing some stuff. Like I've always had a roof over my head, always had clothes, never been hungry. I've always felt love from my family.
Yeah.
Like the only hurt that I feel is that my mum struggles with these addictions, and just like the love for us kids doesn't fix the addiction. But then you come to feel like addiction is a disease. But like I've never been hit. I've always been, I've had a great upbringing.
Well, each problem has the same magnitude to each person.
Yeah.
100%. I think it's good to normalize, like you said, we're not perfect. It's okay to be hurt. And it's good to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just good to get it out of your system. It's something so beautiful in when humans talk and you feel better. It's like there's a weight lifted off your heart, your chest, everything going on. But yeah. You want to leave it on that?
Yeah, may as well. Rightio, guys. Thank you for listening. Everybody go 5 stars on Spotify. Get the algorithm boosted.
That's
Subscribe on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. We love you very much.
And go sub to Patreon.
Go get Patreon for more content every week. There's a lot of content over there.
Where content is coming out of us. And finally, we will see you on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Hope you're liking the new shorter episodes.
Love you.
Bye.